right, good. We're all here now. All set and ready to go. Let's go ahead and do some recharges. And then we'll go ahead and put down King Sphinx and everyone else and just hope for the best here, really. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and just give everybody back their energy, because that's pretty much how it's going to work, where the first recharge was Trent and Carlos, and then the second recharge is Carlos and Katie. So Trent is getting back Laser Arrow, Misdirection, Dash, and Slash. I have a few cards of his in my hand already, so I think putting these back will help. Katie's Chrono Blaster is probably the most important thing that she has right now, but All or Nothing turned out to be fantastic. So let's get all those back into her deck now. Carlos is not going to be fully healed. He still has some 3 shielders in his discard pile, but I got to remember about Hot Blooded so I can re-roll attacks, because I'm going to try to only have like 2 of his cards in my hand at one time. And the Astro Blaster is amazing. So here we go. All right, so right now in my hand I have an Arrow Shot, a Drago Sword, a Rising Moon, and a Ground and Pound. So I have some decent stuff here, but it's not great. I'm going to definitely draw 1 for Carlos. Covering Strike. I'm going to draw another 1 for Carlos, because I would like to play Rising Moon and try to get rid of it. So that's fine. Let's draw 1 for Katie. Chrono Blaster. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is my hand. Let's see what King Sphinx has to deal with. Well, that's what he has to deal with. I'm more worried about what we have to encounter, because I've actually never played against this guy. First one, Scepter Barrage. Fast guard, 4 health, deal 2 damage to a single ranger 4 times. Oh boy. Next is Gale Force Wind. Remove 1 ranger from this battle and move their finger to the next location clockwise. That ranger must discard their entire hand. I'm going to probably play that a different way if that resolves, but we'll get there if we need to. Another Scepter Barrage. This is fast, so this would actually go here. And then finally, we have Sphinx Slam. Deal 5 damage. The ranger who suffers the damage must discard 1 card from their hand. All right, not the worst, but definitely not the best. Let's get the Silobots out of the way. I don't really like these guys very much. I'm kind of glad that we ran into most of them in the beginning. This way, it's more Rinchy near the end. Cleave Strike, that's fine. And another Cleave Strike. I'll take it. That's cool. Unfortunately, they're guarded, but hey, what can you do? Take 1 of our Rinchy, and we got, Rinchy Spear. Spear. Guard passive. When this card resolves, deal 3 damage. Once this card has resolved, rangers cannot perform maneuvers. Ooh, I don't have any maneuvers, or very few at least, but that could be hindering. And let's see, what beast are we going to run into? If I draw Mantor again, I'm just going to redraw. Hiya! It's Mantor again. Go over there. Hiya! There we go. Gecko. As much as I'd love to do Mantor again, ooh, Fast Guard. Deal 3 damage to each ranger, and I can hit him, so that's pretty cool. But that's fine by me. Pretty decent amount of enemies here that I'm pretty sure we can take care of. So let's check out what we have. I already checked out what we have. Let me look over what I have and decide my strategy. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter right now because Scepter Barrage goes first. So deal 2 damage to a single ranger 4 times. Let's go ahead. I'm going to have Trent take it. Here we go. Ready? So it's 1 damage. However, if this card reveals or presents, the next time any ranger performs an attack during this battle, add 1 dice to attack. That's really good. I wanted that to happen. So this will go to the discard pile. I still have 1 more damage. Boom. All right, so now 2 damage for a second time. Great. All right, that goes to the bottom. 2 damage for a third time. That's gone. 2 damage for a 4th time. That's defended. Yeah, I can see how that Scepter Barrage is really, really powerful. All right, so I'm just going to do Rising Moon really quickly. For Carlos, it's draw 1 card, then choose any number of cards from your hand and place them on top of your deck. Any ranger may immediately play 1 card. The card I'm drawing from him is Meteor Smash. Very cool. And then I'm going to put just Meteor Smash and a Covering Strike on top of his deck in preparation for anything coming at him. But now any ranger may immediately play 1 card. And I'm going to choose the Chrono Blaster. I'm going to use 2 energy. It's a 3 attack, but because of Trent's Drago Strike, I get to add 1 dice to it. So my goal is to take care of that Scepter Barrage. So I need to do 1 damage with 1 dice, because then the Chrono Blaster will be able to destroy it. And fire! Okay, that's all I needed. 1 damage. That was it. Perfect. Okay, so I did the guaranteed 3 damage, and then the dice did another one, so this is at least gone, and that'll give me another turn to do something. I guess I might as well just draw from Trent. He only has 2 cards in his deck, but misdirection. Okay, I can work with that. Let's put these in the discard. Let's also remember to spend the 2 energy for the Chrono Blaster. Unfortunately, I have 3 here. There's not much energy gain, but hopefully we'll figure out something. King Sphinx goes, and now we go again. Just using energy for arrow shot. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 from Trent, and 3 dice attack, ignore guard. So I'm going to go after this Gale Force Wind with 3 dice. All right, and then arrow through the face. Here we go. Oh, cool. Wow, that bounced off of each other. All right, so what I like about this is I can actually use Trent's ability. So we got that. That's great. That's amazing. Here we go. So I did 1, 2, 3 to this. So that's gone. I then can go to Trent once per battle after you resolve an attack. If the attack dealt at least 3 damage, which it did, deal 1 damage to an adjacent enemy. So I'm going to go ahead and do Sphinx Slam with 1 damage. I then am going to, let's do the Drago Zord. Exhaust this card when enemy cards feel it. Deal 2 damage divided as choose among anything. So I'm going to go ahead and activate that. And I'm going to deal 2 damage here. I am then going to draw, hold on one moment, let me look at something. I'm going to draw from Katie. I'm going to grab a ground and pound from her. That's fine, I can deal with that. I was thinking about drawing from Carlos, but I realized that I put those cards on top of his deck. I wanted the Astro Blaster, because the Astro Blaster would have been able to divide up the damage, so I could have killed this, I could have started shooting this, and all that other stuff, but I think I'm fine with what I have. The Astro Blaster would also cost additional energy that I do not have right now. All right, shaboom. We got it. Good. Now it's our turn once again. I'm going to do Covering Strike, which is a 2 dice attack. I'm going to go after Sphinx Slam. Before you perform this attack, any ranger may choose 1 card from their hand and place it on top of their deck. I'm going to put the Drago Sword on top of Trent's deck just to give him a little bit more power to stay in the fight. And then 2 dice against that. All right, here we go. Boom. Oh, perfect. 2 dice, 2 damage. I would have gotten the reroll as well from Carlos's ability if this turned out terrible, but I just needed the 2 damage because of all the stuff they did to him. Awesome. That's good. So then this is gone. So that's destroyed. And then I really only need to destroy Scepter Barrage. I am going to add another card to my hand from Katie's deck. All or Nothing. Very cool. I don't know when I'm going to play that, but I'll play that eventually. And then, we'll put this in the discard. And King Sphinx will go. And then I'll go for our turn, which is both here, this turn here, I should say. It's the same exact turn. I'm going to go ahead and ground pound. I'm going to do ground pound against Scepter Barrage. I'll probably do it twice if it doesn't kill him in the first shot. I doubt it will, though. If the target is already resolved, add 1 dice to the attack. So it's 3 dice that I'm adding. It's 3 dice that I'm attacking with to Scepter Barrage. All right, let's see what we got here. 2 damage. All right, I figured that as much. I've been getting pretty lucky with my rolls lately, and can't always have that type of luck. All right, so boom, boom, there. This goes to the discard. I will draw from Carlos. I knew it was the Meteor Smash, unfortunately, but I needed more cards in my hand. I needed different cards in my hand regardless. And then Gakko goes 3 damage to each ranger. I am going to play Misdirect, though. Play this card when an enemy card deals damage. Gain 1 energy. You may divide that damage among any number. So I'm definitely going to gain that energy first. We'll put that here. We'll need that. And then for the first 3 damage, Carlos is going to take 1 of it. I knew it. There we go. So he took 1. And then Katie will take the last 2. All or Nothing. All right. And then Katie will just take the next 3. So 1, 2, and then hopefully. All right, good. So that's good. And then I think Trent should be able to tank this. Yeah, with that 3. All right, so he still has 1 card. Still in the fight, but who knows for how long. All right, Misdirection has been used. Trent's probably going to go down. I'm going to go ahead and just All or Nothing the Scepter Barrage. Another 3 dice, and hopefully beat it. All right, here we go. Come on, Katie. You couldn't have done that the first roll? Seriously? I don't have anything to divide it up either. At least I beat it. All right, so on a positive note, King Sphinx is destroyed. Hooray, hurrah, and all that in between there. That goes here. So now Cleave Strike, he'll do damage to 2 different Rangers. Trent's going to take and just go out of the game. Oh, no, it's a 3-er. All right, cool. So he survives. That's good. I'm going to have Katie take the second one because she's good. She can take it. That's great. And then I'm going to draw from Carlos and get a Moonfang Piercer. All right, cool. All right, so that all happened. We're right here right now. Let's see. I could do... What I'd really like to do is defeat this guy to gain 2. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Moonfang Piercer. It is going to cost 1 energy, so we'll just kind of get rid of that. And then it's before rolling, remove 1 die from this attack for each card remaining in your hand. I have 1 of Carlos's cards in my hand, so I'm going to go ahead and just make this a 1, 2, 3, 4 dice attack against a 4 health enemy. I should be able to do that. And what's great is if I fail, I can reroll. So 1, 2, 3, reroll, 4. Yeah, sweet. Oh, that's amazing. I love it. So good. All right, so I use Carlos's ability once per attack, which I guess really I don't even need to take it on because I already did it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damage dealt to you. You come off the board, not that it matters. And then we'll put 1, 2 here. At least we gain some experience, and that's what matters. Okay, next Cleaving Strike. 2 damage to 2 different Rangers. Katie, 3, she's fine. Trent, 3, he's fine. And then we're going to go ahead and just Meteor Smash. Before rolling, you may discard 1 card from your hand to either gain 1 energy or add a dice to attack. I only have Katie's card in my hand, so I can't do that. But at the very least, I get a 2 dice attack. It doesn't really matter what I go after. I'm going to go after that Cleaving Strike. It doesn't really matter. Is it possible to do 3 damage? Yes. Do I do 3 damage? Yes, I do. Wow. Okay. Cool. Now, I could retcon this and say, no, I meant to go after the Rinchy Spear. But I'm actually not going to do that. I am going to continue to go after this Cleaving Strike guy. So you're going to go. You're going to be destroyed because you Silobots stink. I'm going to go ahead and put 1 here. Bloop. So now I'm halfway to the next Zord. Put this in discard. When this resolves, deal 3 damage. Once it has resolved, Rangers cannot perform maneuvers. I'm going to do 3 damage, and I'm going to do 3 damage against... I'm going to do 3 damage against Trent, which means, boom, that's it. He is out. His discard pile is everything. So, unfortunately, he has fallen out of the game, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about that because this is pretty much going to be the end of this anyway. I can't draw a card because I had played Carlos's here, and then I'm not going to play All or Nothing just because it's silly. I'm not going to do that at all. And I'm not going to draw from Katie either because I don't want to use that right there and just kill her as well. So we're going to call this an end. This battle has been done. We have beaten King Sphinx, and he is gone. This is unpanicked. And let's go ahead up to the main board and assess the rest of the round, and then go to probably the next round in the next deployment. Okay, once again, I love having a clear board. It's amazing. King Sphinx is gone. All the remaining enemies there have fled because we have defeated them all. And unfortunately, Trent fell because of that last thing, but we can bring him back and we'll use one of these. The good thing about that is then he is completely powered up, so he will regain an energy back to his character sheet, or not character sheet. We're watching a lot of tabletop RPGs. Character card right there. I did forget to flip this to start the battle, so technically those have all been used, but I do get a 6th one right here, which I am going to flip right now in order to to recharge Katie and Carlos before going into the next round. Granted, 6 shields is nowhere near enough to really make them both come back, but got a few good things going in for Carlos. Got a little bit more going in for Katie over here just because of her singles and everything. Tell you, those Chrono Blaster is awesome. I need to get that Astro Blaster from Carlos. And I do wish that there was energy here for the Winger in order to absorb. You can't take energy from a Ranger's card and put it in here unless you're in battle. And I just did not do that. I didn't really think about doing that either. I probably should have. But you know what? I think I can do that because you can You can send energy from your ranger into the middle, in the middle of battle, and then you absorb it back to them at the end. So it's really only one way in the beginning and then one way at the end. They both had energy. So you know what? I'm going to say that at the end of the battle, they put theirs into the shared pool. And then right at the end of battle, the Mega Winger activated. Move any amount of energy from the shared pool to this card, max 4. So I would have taken 2 and put it on him like so. And then recharging got them back their energy. I need an energy producer. And the Mega Winger is about the only thing I have right now that can do that. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's how that works. And I'm sticking to it. Speaking of which, we did defeat King Sphinx, so we get Zord number 3. Oh, wow, okay. The Quantum Source Rex exhausts because, you know, Quantum Ranger, Time Force, there you go. So we have an extra Ranger from In Space, an extra Ranger from Time Force. Wonder what else may be. Exhaust this card during battle, roll 2 dice and place them on this card, max 2. When any Ranger performs an attack, they may swap any dice from the dice on that card at the end of battle, removal. This has saved me before when I've used the Quantum Ranger, so this is going to be a lot of fun to use. And I think it's great because it's Time Force and dinosaurs, you know, going through time and everything. So it fits thematically. It's also right here on the board. Yay! Anywho, that pretty much is going to end the round for us. Let's go ahead and flip all these over and start round 3 with a fresh deployment and a new monster. Who could it be? Who could it be now? One Silobot at the clock tower. All right, that's fine. I honestly thought we saw the last of these Silobots, but I guess they're going to keep popping up here and there. So there he is, clock tower. Next, we have one Silobot and the monster. Are you ready for this? You ready? 1, 2, 3. Fish face himself, Piranha's head.
It's showtime, Rangers!
Again, like King Sphinx, Piranha's Head was one of those monsters that just became very popular with the fans of Rangers, especially because he was the first monster that they fought at the beginning of Season 2. He destroyed their Dinozords, and they had to have the Thunderzord powers in order to be able to defeat him. So he has always been one that was like very popular, especially to me. I had his toy as well, and he was just such a cool character, and the way that he destroyed the Zords it was crazy the way that happened, and I'm sure we're going to see that happen again here. So let's go ahead and grab him and a Silobot and head to the Biolab. All right, bloop, bloop, and then of course that's going to panic. So we have to figure out what we got to do about that. Most likely just move and fight because I want to get that action token as soon as I beat him. All right, you can come out of here. We don't need you again, sir. Next. 2 more Silobots at the Academy. All right, so these 2 guys go here. And then we have a Rinchi Beast at the clock tower. Huh, okay. Foul Beastie is here with Foul Silobot. And then the last one are 2 Silobots at the Academy. They really need to learn something apparently there. These robots are learning Kung Fu. They're becoming foot soldiers now. Oh boy. Like literal, like TMNT foot soldiers. Obviously, they're foot soldiers in the game. Oh boy. Okay, so there we have it. There is our layout. Fun. Okay, what am I going to do? I think it would actually be in my best interest to fight these guys right now because beating both of them will earn me another Zord. That would be an absolute fantastic thing to do because then I can take the Zord and then bounce over here, fight Piranha's Head. He only has 1 foot soldier, so that's fine for me to be able to beat him and then not have to worry about the Silobot, really. And if I do it correctly and well enough, I should have a nice, strong Mega Winger. I'll have the Dragozord, the Quantosaurus, and then whatever Zord I earn from fighting these 2. And then I come over here, I earn my 5th Zord, and that's really close to a Megazord, and we'll see where I stand from there. So, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and flip this, and we're going to activate the battle between these 2 guys that'll earn me 3 experience. Absolutely the way I'm doing it. All right, here we are. We're going to go ahead and fight these 2. I did flip it to activate the fight. Let me just put the 2 energy in here. So I'm full energy 2 and 3. That's great. Now let's go ahead and do our hand. So I have all or nothing right now for Katie. So we'll draw Trent. Drago Strike, nah. Arrow Shot, better. Let's draw one from Carlos. Before you may choose, all right, so I'll probably put that back on top of his deck. So let me draw another one for Trent. Cool. And I'll draw one for Katie. The Chrono Blaster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to leave it at 6. I think 6 is pretty good right now. I only have one here for Carlos with the reroll. I have the Chrono Blaster, all or nothing. I think this will do very nicely to fight just 2 guys. We'll do the Silobot first because I hate them the most right now. Forward March while this card is in play. After each adjacent enemy card resolves, deal 2 damage. It's a guard passive, so I should definitely take that out first. And now I'm just removing the monsters that I've already defeated from the Rinchy Beast so we can see different ones. Toady, totally awesome. Guard, so he's not fast, so he doesn't move anything. Drain 1 energy. 2 different rangers must each discard 1 card from their hand. So good. I'm going to be honest with you. Again, this is why I love this like beast mechanic or like all these different monsters, because I'll be able to earn my Zords so much faster this way, and it's a stronger threat, but at the same time, I'm much more confident in it. Renegade, please, 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 please make more like this for foot soldiers that you've already put out and then going forward as well. Please, 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 please. I hate how much energy things cost, and I don't have a good way of gaining it back, but we'll go ahead and do the Chrono Blaster for 2, so we'll take the 2 out of here, and at the very, very least, I can just start doing damage to, I can destroy that forward march right here and now, which is kind of a good thing, and then I would have another turn, and then Toady would go. Actually, I'm going to take it back. I'm going to take back the Chrono Blaster right now, and I'm going to do the Drago Strike for 2. It's 4 dice. 4 dice against Toady is fine. This isn't going to do any damage to me, so I'd rather just take the 4 dice and try to kill him. And then worst case scenario, I have the Chrono Blaster to finish him off, and then hopefully do some damage to the forward march. And there you go. That's 2 whole damage to Toady. All right, that's fine. Whatever. Can't win them all, as you say. So that goes there. This will go to the discard pile. Forward march activates. Nothing else happens because it's when the enemy adjacent cards resolve. We go again. I'm going to spend 2 energy. One, I hate taking it off like this, but again, I don't really have much choice. 1, 2 to do the Chrono Blaster. Actually, yeah, no, we'll do 1, 2 to do the Chrono Blaster. 3 damage divided by 2, so 1, 2, and then I'll put 1 damage here. So at the very least, Toady is destroyed. And then I can put the 2 damage tokens here, which is fine. And then this will activate. This will go to the discard, and I'll do Covering Strike right now, which is a 2 dice attack. It's the only free one I have, and I really don't want to spend any more energy. 2 dice attack against that. Do I want to put anything on top of a deck? I'm going to put, because I'm going to draw anyway. No, I'm fine. Oh, speaking of drawing, I'm going to draw from Carlos, because I should have did that last turn. Meteor Smash. Before rolling, you may discard. You know what? Switch up. Meteor Smash. We'll put that down, and I'll discard this from my hand to gain 1 energy. So we'll put that energy into the center, so at least maybe somebody can absorb it at the end. And then just a 2 dice attack against Forward March. Carlos needs to do 2 damage, which he did. There we go. I was about to say, he does get his reroll because of what he can do, so that's fine. That does what I needed to do anyway. All right, cool. Gone. Boom. Gone. Both of you are gone, so that's cleared out. I'll take these away. Let us head to the board over here. I'm actually just going to move this on to somebody. I'm going to move it over to, yeah, we'll move it over to Katie? No, I'm going to move it to Trent, just because if I recharge, I can at least recharge with Katie. I'm not going to move it to the winger. But speaking of which, let's go ahead and get our next Zord. Move these up here. Move that to 4. Awesome. And we get Mega V2. Exhaust this card at any time. Any ranger may discard 2 cards from their hand, then choose twice that many cards from their discard pile and place them on top of their deck in any order. Okay, all right. I think I could use that. I'll use that soon, actually. And we're just going to go ahead and do the move right now. So you'll just watch this, and then all of a sudden when we go back to the action, ta-da, here we are against Parantis Head. All right, so I did the move. That's what that one was. We'll flip this now to do, you know what? I am going to do that recharge. I'm going to do that recharge for Katie and Carlos. Carlos, I'll put a bunch of 2-shielders back in his deck. Maybe he'll be used for a good defensive character for this particular run. Katie's going to gain herself an energy back, and then she will gain her blaster, ground and pound, and chrono cross back into her deck. I think it's actually one short. Yeah, she didn't have any other single shields or whatever. So unfortunately, only 5 are going in because the rest, she has 2 more cards in her discard pile, a 2 and a 3 shield, but I want these back in her deck. Okay, and with that said, let's go ahead and flip this for the start of the battle. We'll go 1, 2 here, and then we'll start figuring out what cards we have and what we're drawing. So I got all or nothing, which is really good, but I need a card in order to really take advantage of it. And then 2 arrow shots. So let's draw from Carlos. Oh, there we go. Astro Blaster. The all or nothing and the Astro Blaster would be very good in conjunction with each other. So I'm going to draw 1 more from Carlos. Draw 1 more card. Ugh, man, that stinks. Okay. Chrono Blaster. Beautiful. And then from Trent, we have a dash and slash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful. So we did all that. Quantasaurus is actually going to go right here. It's exhaust this card, but I'm going to leave him right here just so you guys can see what he does. I'm going to roll the 2 dice right here. A 1 and a 2. That's cool. So that's Quantasaurus Rex's die. So we'll be able to use them and swap them around if we need to through the battle. So makes sense to use this for a fight against this dude. Speaking of which, here we go. Piranha's head and his deck. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. First one. Chumchucks. Fast. Deal 4 damage to each ranger with at least 1 Zord card. If no Zord cards are in play, deal 2 damage to each ranger instead. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to do that with solo mode, only because it's each ranger with a Zord. Technically, they all have Zords because it's solo mode. I don't know. All right, next another Chumchucks. I would go in the front, so it didn't really matter. Hijack attack. See, he's a Zord guy. Jeez. Deal 4 damage to half of the rangers in this battle. Round it up. Increase the damage by 1 for each Zord in play. All right, that's bad. That's going to be, let's see, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 8 damage. 8 damage to 2 rangers. Jeez. And then Powerful Current. Exhaust all Zord cards in play. If 1 or fewer Zords were exhausted this way, deal 3 damage to each ranger. Oh my god, wow. Yeah, he's just, wow, his Zord manipulation is crazy. I do want to say the one card we did not see is Zord Lockdown. While this card is in play, rangers cannot use Zord abilities. Oh boy, that would have really sucked. And then just whatever the top here, Overwhelm. That's fine. Deal 2 damage. Skip the next ranger turn in battle. Whatever. I'll deal with that later. All right, so Chumchucks is going to go first. Deal 4 damage to each ranger with at least 1 Zord, card. Because I have the Dragozord and Mega V2, which are technically both of their Zords, that's how I'm going to play it. So it's going to go 4 damage to Carlos, 4 damage to Trent, and then 4 damage to Carlos and 4 damage to Trent. I can't avoid that because I have to kill these guards first. So we'll click that. 4 damage to Carlos. Oh boy, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, good. Oh, and then I get to add a die to the next attack. Okay, cool. I'm going to arrow shot. I'm going to use 1 of our energy, so I'll just take 1 from here, and I'll arrow shot this hijack attack, because that's really terrible. So I get to add a dice to this. So that's 4 dice, and then I get to go ahead and shoot that guy. So here we go. All right, so Quantasaurus should be able to help me with this. Let's see what we get first. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to take this dice, and we're going to swap it with this Quantasaurus dice here, to make a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. So that is exactly what we need in order to defeat Hijack Attack. All right, good. So that's destroyed. Hurrah. We've used this one. So now Chumchunks go again. 4 to Carlos and 4 to Trent. I had to check for a misdirection. I did not have it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. That was terrible. All right, here we go. 1. 2, 3, come on. 4. Ugh. I'm going to draw from Carlos after all is said and done. Moon Piercer. Before rolling, remove 1 dice for each card, for each attack you have remaining in your hand. I have 2 cards of his, so I'm going to have to figure something out. All right, boom. We go next, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually activate Mega V2 right now. Exhaust this card anytime. Any ranger may discard up to 2 cards from their hand, then choose twice as many cards and put them back on top of their deck in any order. And for Carlos, as much as I don't want to use the Astro Blaster, I'm going to put Astro Blaster and the Rising Moon back into his discard pile. And then I'm going to put them back in the order of the Astro Blaster, Lunar Lance, Meteor Smash, and Meteor Smash. So I'm going to draw this eventually, and then 1, 2, 3 for cards that, that should be able to take a beating for him. So that works out pretty well. And then I'm going to go ahead and play the Moonfang Piercer for 1 energy. So we'll spend that 1 energy, and then I remove 1 die from this attack for each card in my hand. I don't have any. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice attack against this guy right here, this powerful current, because I really don't want that to trigger, and then I can go back and start killing those things. All right, let's see what we can do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to take this dice, I'm going to swap it with this one right here. So now Quantosaurus is back to his full, and I have 4 damage to go against the powerful current. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Quantosaurus, you amazing. Love you so much. So you'll go to the discard pile. I will draw from Katie's deck, Ground and Pound. Very cool, because I can use that against the Chum Chunks. So we'll do that. And then, yeah, whatever. Ground Pound. 3 dice attack now because it's already resolved. We'll go after the first Chum Chunks there because it doesn't really matter because Overwhelm is not blocking it. That Quantosaurus is really helping out. I told you that thing was amazing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and swap this one for the double on the Quantosaurus. So this way I can go ahead and chuck it up and go boom. Awesome. All right, fantastic. You are gone. You activate. You're going to go to the discard, and then I'm going to draw from Carlos, which is the Astro Blaster. Beautiful. And actually what I'm going to do is that triggered. So I'm going to go, after I have defeated that, because say I've defeated that already. That's what I did last time. We're going to go ahead and use the Zord, which I'm going to exhaust to the side and deal 2 damage to Overwhelm here, just so I don't have to deal with it and worry about it and lose my last turn and take the excess damage. Plus, I'll be able to beat this guy and just add another one to the track right here. And we're all happy about that. I like it. We still get a turn, too, because I haven't really done anything yet. Okay, so let's put him back. We've used him. Let's go ahead and do Dash and Slash, which is a 1 guaranteed damage. Before rolling, I can place 1 card on the bottom of my deck. So I'm going to take Arrow Shot, and I'm going to put that on the bottom of my deck. So now this is a 2 dice attack, plus 1 guaranteed damage. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach the Astro Blaster to that as well. And I'm going to spend 1 energy. So here, I'm just going to spend 1 energy. So I'll spend it from Trent, which is fine, which means I do 1 guaranteed damage, 1 more damage, and at the very least, the Quantosaurus will be able to do 2 damage. So I'm actually not even going to bother rolling, because no matter what I roll with those 2, even if it's 2 misses, I'm just going to swap them out for those, and it's the end of the battle anyway. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Piranha's head is fish food, fried, and put and wrapped in newspaper for the next person to come along and chow down on. So boom to you, done and finished. Hoorah, thank you so much, Quantosaurus Rex.
Hey, what? No fair! Ready?
All right, before I do anything else, before I actually officially really end the battle, I'm going to send these 2 here to the shared pool, as they do, and then at the end of the battle, I'm going to exhaust the Mega Winger in order to absorb this. So now you have a full 4 energy on you that I can pull from you once, what is it? You may move all energy from this card to the shared pool energy. Yeah, at the start of a battle. So if I really need it, I can just grab it at the start of the battle, which is great. So Mega Winger is full, and I will take advantage of that later. But now we could go up to 5 and grab Time Flyer 4. Exhaust this card during a battle. You may spend up to 2 energy. For each energy spent, deal 2 damage to a different enemy card. Very nice to do a good spread damage. Again, spending energy is very tough right now. but I think with the Winger, I should be able to do something good with it. Now, as sad as it is here, all this is gone. I do get my 7th, action here. And the thing of it is like, I could go to the Academy to wipe these guys out, but I wouldn't get the Megazord. As much as I really, really want the Megazord right now, because I'm so close to it, I don't think it's I don't think there's any reasoning for me to do that. I think I should take all of these remaining energy, these last 3 energy, and just double recharge everybody. And you know what? I think I'm just going to do that because the next round is the boss, and that is the main show of this. That is the Mega Goldar. That's going to be where I need as much power as I can get. So that's exactly what I'm doing.